Round 6 for this season. As we see some drivers starting to pull out on outlaps at the moment. We had Tier 4, obviously, Dark Phoenix winning that over Matt Skills. But just checking that everyone can hear me really well. Audio is good. As we're going to go on board for the third person setting a lap, and that's Panache. I'll let you just ride along and enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, all good. And Panache comes across the line, sets the 17-4 as Frosty comes across now. And we have two McLarens also finishing up laps now. Skittles 17-6 up in the P3. Ripo, oh, didn't sell a lap. Did he invalidate or must have invalidated?
Already got yellow flags in Sector 2.
Who's that? Is that Alpine?
Oh, we got a
Okay.
new top of the timesheet.
16-7. That is quick.
And an AlphaTauri as well.
Yeah, it's equal performance anyway, so it wouldn't make any difference.
Ah, true, eh?
Non-stop up in P4. We got a few more coming on their laps now. Is that Maney finishing up his lap? And he puts this one...
Oh,
No,
yellow flags in Sector 1.
He's starting a lap. Is that... There's an Alpine. Is that...
Spin?
That's Reaper.
Oh, Reaper. Yellow flag Sector 3 as well. Yellow flags all over the circuit.
Yeah, a lot of cars obviously slowing down, trying to let each other go past those not wanting to receive a qualifying ban from impeding as well.
Good race etiquette.
For real. So do we see any hot lap requests for any drivers? Remember, the first 12 minutes of qualifying you can redeem using your channel points a hot lap request of any driver on the grid. You can listen to all 20 onboards. We can't listen to them. You can look at them by purchasing hot lap request for Oxchillo. And who's this for now? And it's Vipo Rico. Well, he's just finished his lap, so we will go on his lap his next time he goes around. Just you gotta remind me, because I might forget. So who do we think for top 3 tonight? Who do you think is going to be top 3?
Ooh. It'll be a tough one. We've got some fast lap times at the moment.
Obviously you don't know the drivers that well, but if you could take a stab in the dark, who would you put to fight for the win?
Well, looking at the top 3 lap times, second, third, and fourth are split by a very, very small margin. second and third are even closer. But the AlphaTauri is holding that P1 spot so far.
He should be a favourite to win tonight as well. Obviously, I think winning the last 2 races was ZK. Over in Australia last week, there's a bit of carnage, a bit of chaos across all tiers, a lot of stewards' inquiries, and that is Duck Punch coming to the pits now as well. There's a Haas, no, it's not Henchman, that's Padu, it's also coming into the pits. It's a Mercedes on a lap.
Are we going to see WRL Maney change his tyres from the medium, setting a 119?
Possibly. Obviously.
Oh, changes it to a 118.
We'll go on board with Henchman. Little Fabs! Fastest overall. He beat ZK by 7 thousandths of a second. And that's someone we won't expect to still up there, as we're going to ride on board now with Henchman. So I'll take it away here. It's foot to the floor. Battery on for the Haas driver. It's a bit of a wing variety here. You can run high, you can run low. All about the integrity of the car and what balance you can find as well. You probably want to run a bit higher so you can run flat through sector 2 and not have to lift as much. But as Henchman is coming now on his first run, I believe this is, he brakes hard, hits the apex very nicely, goes a little bit wide, and it's foot to the floor in second gear. And as we reach the double apex, he does this very nicely. Doesn't use as much of the track as he would have liked. As we head into sector 2, a really flat and high speed section, obviously like the Japan Suzuka S's, but he lifts up in 7th gear. So there's probably a bit of lap time to be found there. Obviously, as the time in quali starts to reduce, the more these drivers start to push, as there's a hard braking zone. Henchman into second gear, hits the apex very nicely, up in the third. Last corner, Mickey Mouse chicane here in the stadium section, foot to the floor, to the line, trying to stay nice and tight. And where can he put this one now? And it's up in the P10 for Henchman. So not much longer left in the session. It's 8 minutes to go. Some drivers starting to come out laps. We see more drivers start to come on final runs.
I'm excited to see the Red Bull down in P20. Hasn't set a lap time yet.
Yeah, obviously second in the championship is Jacko Rex, so obviously there's some pace to find for him as well. But he's leaving this very late. Is there any reason why a driver would leave their qualifying run so late?
Couldn't tell you. More grip, maybe?
Yeah, very unusual, unless he's AFK. But as Oxchillo says, that ZK for P1, Frosty P2, and Offroot P3. And I believe he said that before Little Flavs stuck it on provisional pole, so Little Flavs obviously is looking to get onto the podium. I don't think he's got on the podium this season, if I remember correctly.
No better place to put it on the podium than in Mexico.
Yeah, all the Mexican fans cheer you on. Padu Holo now, we've got a hot lap request. He's invalidated, but we are going to still go on board, but he's aborted this lap for sure. So does he have enough battery to go again? Will he go again, or will we see him come into the pits?
By the looks of it, it might have a bit of damage.
Yeah.
Damage marker is on. Oh, the Red Bull of Jacko Rex is on his outlap.
Yeah, we will go on board with him because he is currently pretty much the only driver out on track, as a lot of the cars start to come into the pit lane, preparing for their final run in qualifying. Obviously, smacking on a new set of soft compound tyres and lowest fuel possible to really push 100% flat out to see who will take home pole position tonight.
Waited for a complete empty track.
We'll see how he does here. The Red Bull driver setting his first lap in P20. We'll see where he can put this one. He starts his lap now as the battery goes on, and it's a really long straight down into turn 1 here at Mexico. Obviously, at the Mexican Grand Prix this year, they had, or last year, sorry, they had 3 cars pressed into one corner, and it didn't turn out very well for a certain Red Bull, and that was Perez. But hopefully there's not a similar incident tonight into turn 1, but yeah, he's put to the floor as well, making sure he can really use all of the track. He goes super wide, opening up the corner, turns in very nicely, and opens up the next one. He goes purple sector 1, and that's a good very first sector for Jacko Rex. Down in the second, oh, he's a little bit snappy on the oversteer on the exit, going all the way down to the white line, wants to be flat through here as possible. It's very quick. Oh, he lifts, so obviously he's running a little bit low wings. Doesn't he validate? No, he keeps it inside the track there as well. And all the way to the left hand side of the track, turning in very nicely. And he's got a few corners to go to see where he can put this one. And that's the purple sector 2 as well. This should be pole position if he can get this right. But it won't. It won't be pole. It's only enough for P18. So obviously those first and second sectors, purple, were lying to us. And sorry, yes, Alsho did have to remind me that Viper Ricker is on a lap now. It says he's gone purple sector 1 as well. So I'm not sure how true these sector times are, but we are going to go on board with them. G'day Sways. G'day Goffy. We'll see where the McLaren can put this one. Down in P20 at the moment, needs to find some lap time and puts it up to P12. So who do you think is going to take pole?
Oh, I don't know, little Flavs. Flavs
Flavs,
at the moment, holding top spot. But ZK also, with that beautiful lap time at the beginning, gotta wait and see what happens in Q2 and Q3.
Yeah, obviously, hopefully can put on pole. There is no full quali by the way as well.
Oh, is there not?
It's just short quali.
Ah, my bad.
It's all good. You're still learning. A bit misleading when it says Q1. It's just really just like qualifying on the top left.
Is it just 1 round?
Yeah, just 1 round, and whoever can set the fastest lap time, 18 minutes, will be crowned pole position for the Grand Prix. But obviously, Mexico is one of those tracks you probably don't want to start on pole. That big slipstream in tow down in the first turn. Obviously, probably want to start at that P3, P4 range as well. Is that unique?
The toe can be your best friend.
It's finished. So we've got Uffman starting a lap. Now, oh, 5 place grid penalty for blocking. And that's ZK, who's going to drop down to P7 at the moment. I don't know what has happened there. Oh my goodness, that is... As we see Uffman start his lap. Obviously lots of traffic in that second sector, as you can see by the mini-map. A lot of traffic.
What a penalty to receive so late in qualifying.
I know, 5 places, a lot to make up as well.
But as we said, that toe could be his best friend.
Exactly.
seeing a lot of yellow flags. Could either be people just holding off space.
There might be a few drivers that don't make it to the checkered flag. But, Jacko Rex also, I believe, on his outlap.
Leaving it a bit late.
Off and off. Up by 5/10. Unique's retired. What's happened there? He's retired in the pits.
He feels confident with his starting position.
P7, yeah. Can Ufanov put this anywhere near the top? And he's gone pole position by, oh my goodness. That is so good as a Williams TP to feel that.
Lovely to see.
4/10 of a second. That is absolutely a banking lap from Ufanov. Such a great lap that was. As Paddy Hollow now retires, we're going to go on board with ZK. He's not up. He will not get pole here. Or he's up by just a skimmish of a half a tenth here. So you're going to get a bit of traffic from this McLaren in the last sector, as well through the stadium section, the famous stadium section of Mexico. Through the final corner we come. It's their time to be made. I think Ulfanov's got this here. I think Ulfanov's got this, and it's up in the P2. So ZK will be on the front row. But who will deny him a front row? Who will deny Ulfanov a pole position here? The little flaps aborted. Is there anyone up on the laps? Lime Soda as well. He's just finished his lap. Birdie, he finished as well. No, he hasn't. He's 9/10 up, but this won't be anywhere near. This should put him into the top 5. Hopefully, Jacko Rex P6. So good luck from him.
How unfortunate for little Flavs.
Yeah.
You know, holding that top spot for so long just to get dethroned right at the end.
Bit of a, but he still starts in third, and traditionally third is probably the place you want to be at Mexico, so we wouldn't count him out yet, so we'll see who leads.
Technically moves up into second.
Yes, he does. Yes, you're right. I forgot about the 5-place penalty from ZK. ZK will start P7, but it's Hoof and Hoof on pole, and ZK in P2. Little Flavs on the second row with Panache. Third row is Henchman and Jacko Rex Red Bull. Frosty reserving tonight for the Aston. Paddy Holo, full-time driver for Haas. Lime Soda P9. Non-stop P10. Unique P11 retiring in the pits. Duck as well. Hopefully Alpine can do some good points tonight. They do need it. They only have like 14 points this season out of 5 rounds. Bajala, Skittles, Maney, 14th, 15th, 16th. Is McLaren Reserve. Birdie 17th. Reaper 18th. And Mudpack 19th. And there is your grid for the starting positions, as well as ZK starting in P7. Well, we are quickly going to go through the championship standings while we are waiting for the race to get underway. And it's ZK that leads the championship by 30 points, 29 points, and it's wet. Wow. We didn't see that coming,
It's
did
a
we?
wet one?
Yes, it's a wet race.
Oh, this is going to be a nice, interesting race.
Jacko Rex, 126 points. Williams, 3rd and 4th, non-stop, just edging his teammate by 14 points. Birdie, P5. Henchman, P6. 5 points ahead of Frosty, who's a reserve. The Feeder Damo not racing tonight. Padu Holo, 50 points in 9th. Lime Soda, 10th, 49. Drive 48 not racing tonight. He's got an endurance race. Mason, also not racing tonight. He is off back to work for a few weeks. Maney in 13th. Little Flavs as well. Piastri, Unique, Skittles, Reaper, and Panache. Duck in 20th, and Pajala in 21st. So Alpine not having a good bit of it, as we're going to start the formation lap here. Do you want to run us through what the drivers must do to prepare well for this formation lap?
Ooh, just keep the tires warm, you know, not spin it, because it's a lot of tight turns, quick tight turns going into this race. You know, Mexico loves their tight turns, but especially being in the wet, you know, get on the gas too early, you're going to spin that back end and drop you right down to the back of the order.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, and we got a DSQ for the Oh, never mind. It's formation lap.
So obviously making contact with something. There's the McLaren.
Only seeing one DSQ, so I must have.
Well, usually it'd be two, as strategies say that it is a one-stop, inters, or two-stop. Most likely, the drivers will be opting for a one-stop if this wet weather continues for the rest of this race. The question is, will we see dry weather? Obviously, Oxchiller can ask his brother, will we see dry weather? We'll clear up the last 15 minutes of the race, says Oxchiller, so we are in for a good one tonight.
When having a look at the standings, if Little Flabs can finish with a good result, he can have a good jump in the standings.
Final preparations.
Want to make sure those tires are warm. Don't want to be racing on cold tires, especially in the wet.
Yep, obviously it's going to be, I feel like in Tier 3 you might see some drivers getting a little wheel spin on the start and possibly either bogging down on the start or possibly even spinning. Obviously the traction is very fine, you need to get it perfect at Mexico and in the wet, as Hoof will start 1 meter back from his box as he is disqualified from parking. A few duck puncher disqualified as well.
Now the real question is how that McLaren will go with the cold tires.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. And that is a very good start from Little Flaps, and he's almost alongside Uffenhoff. He is alongside Uffenhoff at the moment, as the AlphaTauri as well, trying to run in the slipstream as they're going into turn 1. He's trying to squeeze through. It's the AlphaTauri, and it's the Williams that does lead into the first corner. And there's a couple moves being made through the field at the back as everyone is trying to get through the first couple of corners. Do we see any moves trying to be made? The visibility is very poor at the moment. And it is still Williams that leads in Uffenhoff as a lot of drivers making through. It's very slippery. The cars are not liking this weather at the moment.
We still have everyone on track, which is a good sign.
Everyone's on track, that is true. So no one has gone off yet. Hopefully we don't see as Duck Punch is fighting at the back with the McLaren. It's the yellow flags, and that's Birdie retired. Oh, and there's Unique out as in the safety car already. And I'm sure these drivers aren't pitting, but that is a crash, and it is Mercedes in Matt Skills. Wouldn't be very happy with that for Unique's perspective, and Birdie as well out in Goffey.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah, obviously we jinxed it by saying it was very clean opening couple corners, but
Gave them the commentator's curse.
commentator's curse. We should stop talking then. Who? Yeah, obviously not sure what happened to those two. Probably got into a collision or something's happened. Yeah, obviously we will see after the race in the steward's box if there is a steward's inquiry about that. But it is safety car conditions now, which means the drivers will have to yield to 40% of their racing speed as they park up behind the safety car and the pack reforms together.
Safety car restart will be an interesting one.
Rain is ending in 5 minutes, according to Oxchillo.
Oh, are we gonna see some dry tires out here in Mexico? Some true old racing?
So if the rain started stopping at about lap 10, what strategy would you go for?
Oh, because the track would still be quite wet because it's heavy rain still. I would have to throw on. I don't know, to be honest.
Would you
It's a gamble.
would you do a soft medium, or would you think hards would get to the end on lap 10?
I think maybe throw on the hards, give you the most amount of laps possible.
Yeah, obviously trying to avoid another pit stop as well. But drivers can do
If
medium
it's a
medium
oh yes,
because the rain has come, so they are not obliged to have two sets of compounds from a different tire allocation.
oh you've got the Aston Martin and the McLaren in the pits.
Front wing change.
Uh,
Oh, it's going to be tight on entry, and oh, Aston just gets it ahead. Very good stop from Aston to get out ahead of the McLaren. And he holds 17th as Piastri. Ulthunoff is in a very good position as well. We see ZK coming through the field. He's up in a P5. We're going to look through the biggest winners and losers and who's gained the most places. And ZK is up 2 places, so is Paduholo. Frosty is down 1, non-stop up 2, so good start from him. And Lime Soda is neutral. Jacko Rex down 5 places. Obviously, something's happened with him. Skittles up 3, Maney and Bajal up 1 and 2 respectively. Ducks down 2. And the bottom 3, Mudpack, Reaper and Piastri all gaining positions except for the McLaren, who lost out in the pits. And obviously Unique and Birdie are not with us anymore, and they are DNF'd.
really unfortunate to DNF in such a beautiful track.
Yeah. Obviously, what's your favourite track, by the way, to race?
Oh, my favourite track would have to be Australia. Just with the. Oh, actually no. I think I would have to go with the new. With Bahrain would be my favourite, and then also Saudi Arabia, just under the lights, you know.
Yeah, any night race is good. As in, Upperhook is going to become the safety car now, and he will let the pack go. Has he gone yet? He's swirling, trying to get those tyres one up, and he's gone. He has gone, and he's caught. No, he hasn't. It's Little Flavs already alongside, not Uffenoff, pulls to the inside, goes the defensive way around the outside, tries to go Little Flavs, and he is just being parked at the moment by the Williams, but he will get a very good exit here out of the 3rd turn, and it's going to be foot to the floor for him, and he needs to try and see if he can make a move for the lead of this race.
We have Easy Reaper slowly making his way up the field with his overtake on Mudpack.
Very good from him. Alpine's desperately needing the points this week, as well as Little Flavs looking down the inside of Uffenhoff, but no gap and no move present as we on lap 4 of this Mexican Grand Prix.
By the looks of it, there's a bit of a race between Rapid Pinjala and Duck Puncher, with them changing places a few times in the last couple seconds there.
Yeah, we're going to go on ball with Duck, see if he can make a move on Bajala. No, he says not this time around. He will probably wait. Duck has used a bit more of his battery in comparison to Bajala, so Bajala does have that advantage. Does the fastest lap on the entry. Does that mean the track condition is getting improved? They're getting drier. Obviously, the more dry it gets, the faster those lap times will be getting. It is so hard to see the cars out on track at the moment.
Oh, Easy Reaper trying to hold that 15th place.
On Piastri. Piastri is really pushing. He's almost got a hand and he's pushing it forward. as he's trying to find a gap down the inside on Easy Reaper, and he goes for a Piastri down the inside as he got late on the brakes. Piastri almost has the move done. Reaper is trying to keep his nose in there, and that allows the McLaren as well to dive down the inside. Is there a bit of contact? McLaren goes through now, down the double apex, and Reaper's lost 2 places.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh, but Reaper is not going to give this one up, and he's side by side with the McLaren already. Is there a bit of contact? Steals 3-second time penalty, but this is very good racing from these three as the Red Bull and Mudpack wants to get involved as well. But he's held up, and that was very good stuff from these three, and Reaper's lost 2 places, and Alpine are struggling a bit tonight, once again. Off and off, bang in those lap times. He is setting his fastest laps, left, right, and center.
Little Flabs is getting closer and closer. He's within that 1 second.
They're a very good midfield pack at the moment between everyone. Look at Padu Holo, Joko Rex. Pajala's made a couple of moves, but this is a very tight fight in the midfield here, obviously for the lower end of the points. But yeah, points up to 15 here at Wallaby, so there's always a chance. Obviously 2 drivers out tonight will give 3 cars missing out unless there are more DNFs and more safety cars. But Padu Holo and Jacko Rex side by side now, and Padu Holo, has he got the move done? Jacko Rex just storms around the outside, and that was very nicely done. Keeps it within track limits, and says thank you very much to the Haas driver, and Jacko Rex is up in a P7. Panache has made a move for P2. We missed that, did we? Yes, we have. He wasn't in P2 before, was he? It was Little Flaps.
No, he was not. He was making slow gains in the last couple of laps. I was watching his time.
But Ufanov's pulled the 2 seconds almost. He's very strong at the moment, Ufanov in the wet, as it looks. Very close fight between Frosty, ZK, Henchman, and Little Flabs. They're all scrapping over his final podium place, as ZK is looking very strong on the other Haas driver now, and ZK uses all his battery up and makes the move in a P4. Has he got the move before the corner? Yes, he has, but Henchman's not giving this one up. And now Frosty goes down the inside of Henchman, and they're going side by side, and Padu Holo's lost a place, or Lime Soda has as well. And Frosty looking to get past this Haas, as Jacko Rex wants to get involved as well. They're going to go 3 wide unless someone backs out, and that's Jacko Rex that has backed out very smartly, as Frosty is trying to hold himself in there. Very good racing by everyone here. Lime Soda gets past non-stop, and Padu Holo's dropped down 2 places as well.
Duck Puncher has also made a move up into 13th place, overtaking Piastri.
Obviously that pack is also starting to evolve as well, as Padu makes a move on non-stop. But yeah, Duck Puncher needs to desperately get some points for Alpine. That fight will definitely continue throughout the night.
At this point in the race, Iconic Skittles will fall far down the pack after the race with his time penalty.
Yeah, where will that put him? Where will...
By the looks of it, that could put him close to last.
He's got a 3 seconds, so I'll put him P...
Oh, yeah.
P14? Roughly.
That's still points.
Yeah.
That is still points.
Rex. Wheel to wheel banging between these guys, as Jacko Rex has got the move done now on Frosty, and Frosty has no answer to the pace from the Red Bull tonight, and it is away, and he's climbing through the field. Little Flabs also lost a place to ZK, and it is AlphaTauri 2-3.
Mudpack overtaking VPO Rico. Or Rico, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say it, so I'm going to refer to it as McLaren.
Fair enough.
I'm really interested to see if Team Orders is going to come into play here between these top 2. Because ZK obviously still has a lot more pace than Panache, and is getting held up a lot. So we're going to see... Oh, down the inside goes the AlphaTauri on his teammate. Oh, and he just gets the move done. And that was great racing by those two. As Bajala's out, and this might be a safety car, and I would box if I was one of the
Oh,
front runners. Gotta come in.
what happened to Bajala?
Box when he enters. Bajala, I'm not sure what happened. We're gonna have to get an explanation surely from someone. But he is out now, and both Mercedes are not scoring. Everyone's
Thank
coming
you
in.
for your patronage.
Oh, they're gonna have to double stack. ZK's gonna lose out. Panasha's gonna lose out, sorry. Hards.
Oh, they're going to the
Oh,
mediums
they're
and the
going to slicks.
hards.
I did not realize this. They have.
5 second time penalty for Duck Puncher.
Oh.
Complete race shake-up in that last few seconds there.
I actually think the slicks are a good call. The rain has stopped. The rain has stopped.
But is the track dry enough? That's the real question.
It's probably not at the moment. It's probably still inters, but by the time the safety car comes in, it might have dried up. So a lot of these drivers have taken the gamble on the slicks.
Little Flavs, Lime Soda, Duck Puncher, the McLaren, all on the intermediate still.
They think it's not dry enough. But they're going to be in trouble if this track does dry. Because by the time the safety car comes in, they will have to box, and they're going to be 20 seconds behind the pack. So if there's any chance,
Straight down to the bottom.
they're going to want to box. I mean, Little Flavs has probably left it a bit too late. He should have come in for some slick tyres.
Oof and Hoof must be kicking himself with having such a lead in the beginning, now having to bunch up.
Obviously, he did have that 2 to 3 second lead, but it is now reduced to null.
ZK, with scoring the fastest time in the beginning of qualifying, and he put in some lap times here in the actual race.
Yeah, obviously, it probably is. ZK, according to his time trial times, is probably quicker in the dry, but the Oof and Hoof has taken the advantage of the wet. But we'll see what ZK can do. As yes, Little Limestone is coming in, and those inters are coming in for some slicks, and it does look like the right call. And I'm surprised in the McLaren box and the Alfa Romeo.
The time penalty for Manny.
For Maney. What is it? 3 seconds, is it? Oh, it's a drive-through. Oh my god.
Drive.
That's not
When
good.
will he serve? That is the question.
He'll have to serve it after the safety car comes in. But this will put him out of the race unless there is another safety car. And Gotti is probably screaming his heart out as one driver is a drive-through and one driver is not in the race. Safety car should come in this lap. And who will make the most of these tyres? It still looks like his Inter's condition. So
Little Flabs and McLaren holding that inters.
yeah, Little Flaps is going to pull away ASAP. Because by the time this track dries, he is going to be a pit stop behind. The question is, can he build himself a pit stop? He needs to build himself a pit stop on these Inters. Track's not dry enough. The slicks just yet. But it might be in just a lap or so, so he needs to pull about 20 seconds. He needs to pull a pit stop in about 2 to 3 laps. Otherwise, this might not be an ideal call. And off and off's gone. Oh no, we're still on the safety car. I thought it said safety car in. Did it not?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, I must be tripping. But it is safety car is still out, and I thought we were away, so apologies.
Beautiful
This is
red
correct.
Mercedes safety car.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not quite sure. They switch between the Aston and Mercedes safety cars. I'm not sure why. I need to learn some stuff. They do have the Aston safety car sometimes though.
I think it's
Some
all about sponsor.
it looks dry. It's dry. Track's dry.
Yeah, the track is dry.
Little Flaps is gonna be crying his heart out because he's in trouble. I must say so myself. Safety car will come in this lap, and he will have to box, and this will put him to last.
The McLaren down there in P15 unfortunately will also drop, giving Lime Soda and Duck Puncher
It'll be 3
a
places.
chance for that final point.
Still a long race to go. We are on lap 11 of the Mexico City Grand Prix, as Hoof and Hoof will take us away for a second time tonight. Little Flavs will come in.
How much of a gap will he build?
Little Flavs is staying out. He's staying out, and Hoof and Hoof's gone. So it's foot to the floor, and ZK is using the battery, and Meaning's disqualified for ignoring a drive-through. What is going on? I don't understand.
I was just about to say, does he still have that drive-through to serve?
Yeah, but he couldn't serve it because the safety car was going to come in this lap, so he had to wait another lap. But he is now disqualified for absolutely 0 reason. Wow. Little Flavs makes the move on ZK, and Little Flavs is now up into P2.
Iconic Skittles getting overtaken by
Contact!
by Holo.
Panache is touched Jack of Rex, and Jack of Rex is spun around, and that is, and a few cars around us, that Skittles as well is spun, and he's in the gravel, and he is now in last place, as we are still filtering through the grid. Vipo in Rika is now up into P10 on those inters.
Piastri with a 3-second time penalty. Is that not his second time penalty now?
We are going to check. That's his first, but that's still going to cost him later in the race. It's going to hurt his race, quite frankly, a lot.
Oh, that is both Ferraris and both Mercedes out of this race.
Unfortunate for those both teams. If not, that's fastest lap. But he's getting hunted
Easy
down.
Reaper up into 11th.
Yeah. Would probably aim for higher, but he's going to make a move now, and Little Flash is losing to left, right, and centre. Obviously, have no pace on those enters. Reaper's going to get the McLaren here as well. Into turn 1 we go. And Reaper is ahead into the first corner, but this one is not going to be given up here by the McLaren. And he is trying to fight hard, but he has no pace at all on those enters. And I think that is a move done for Reaper, unless he can fight this one back. And it's going to be the McLaren into the corner, and he's trying to stick his nose in, but just doesn't have the gap to go for, as he has to settle for P11. Jacko Rex making moves as well, and Lime Soda is going to get the move done on Jacko Rex, the Red Bull, up in P12.
And a second 3-second time penalty for Iconic Skittles.
Oh, that's hurting his race. His race is over. Now, unless the safety car can pull it back, this Little Flash makes a move on Non-Stop, and they're fighting real hard in the final sector. And Non-Stop glad to get through as well. What's happened here is that Skittles. Ulford's maintained strong, fastest lap. He's doing well. Panache fastest lap now. And safety car. Something's happened. Oh, whoa, what the? He missed something, and that's Little Flavs, and he spun on those enters. Is that a front wing gone for him? Skittles is coming in. Yep, no front wing.
Wolf and Hoof cannot catch a break.
I know. This is probably... What would you do? Would you stay out or would you box?
I wouldn't see a need to box.
If he went hards, would those hards get to the end? He'd
With how
probably...
the race is going and how many safety cars we've had, I don't know if any tyres will hold up at this point.
What would the strategy be, chat? We do have um 29 people watching. So what do we think the strat is for these drivers? Do they come into the box? Do they pit?
It would be a very heavy gamble.
Yeah. Five lap old mediums. Is that the way to go?
But the other factor is that little Flavs pitting now to change tyres could also help his race drastically because they will be fresh tyres.
They will be unless everyone else in front boxes. But they are staying out. So yes, Little Flaps will have the advantage when they come in. Is there anyone boxing? It doesn't look like there's anyone boxing at all. No one's coming into the pit lane.
That Williams of non-stop has also been making up places slowly in this race.
Yeah, he did start, from P10, so he has made a couple moves. He's up 5 places, as well as Mudpack, who's ahead of his teammate, who's up 11. Little Flav's down 14. Obviously, a poor strategy call from him to stay out on those inters while everyone came in for the mediums and hard tyres. So that's throwing his race out the window a little bit as well. Probably was the better time to come in for the slicks under that safety car, even though it was still wet. It can be deceiving, but you got to think about, is the truck going to dry when the safety car comes in? Because that's when you go racing, not under the safety car.
I'm intrigued to see how Easy Reaper's going to finish his race.
Yeah, it's made 2 places. Got P9. We might monitor him as he comes through the field. 5 slow down in front of the section. Frosty lost a wing. These tyres look good, but the safety car's not coming in this lap, so we'll have one more lap under the safety car.
It's unfortunate for Uffenhoof now, the track being dry and everyone's tyres being older. He will have to have a good getaway.
He will have to, because ZK is very quick here, and they are on equal tyres. He does not have a lasting advantage, so it will be all up to pace and all up to skill for these front 3. Henchmen will just be looking to stay on the back of these front 3 and hopefully get this to the end of the race, because if Henchman can do that, then he's in the box seat, but if not, then it looks like it will be one of the top 3's win. But a safety car could really hurt as well, if they do have to pit again, because AlphaTauri will have to double stack.
Just remind me, what's the point system?
It's top 15, so if you go on a Wallaby, right?
Yep.
And go to the top in the server, and then go to point system.
Oh yes.
There's the point system there. So 35 points for the win. Safety car's coming in this lap. And that does
Oh, we are about to get racing.
We are. And we'll see when Uffenhoff for the third time tonight, as ZK does pull alongside, and Uffenhoff's gone. He's off. Big slipstream here for ZK. He's really finding the pace at the moment. Slipstream into turn 1. Is he trying to go around the outside? And there's... Oh, they're getting very close. They're wheel to wheel now, and ZK leaving a lot of space. He goes wide, and will he have to give that position back to Uffenhoff? He might have to. And there's a front wing gone as well for one of the drivers. That might be Skittles, as Uffenhoff takes the charge and leads the race again from ZK. And it's been chaos at this restart and this Mexico City Grand Prix, as the two teammates wanting to race as well. Obviously no team orders at AlphaTauri tonight. Uffenhoff still leads. Will he manage to bag the win tonight? Hopefully, as Birdie is left, he's not in this race anyway. Jacko Rex makes a move through the field, and he's up in the P7 as Lanto a 3-second penalty. You got any comments that you would like to make at all?
Just the racing between Uffenhoff and ZK, you know, from that restart. We were talking about at the beginning about that toe, and ZK was able to pick up that toe perfectly to give him a bit of a hand into turn 1.
Oh, I'm gonna have to stop you here because ZK is gonna make the pass for the lead. He's burnt all his battery. And so is Uffenhoff as Toby Hollow left and joins back. As Uffenhoff is not close enough, and ZK now leads the Mexico City Grand Prix for the first time tonight. And Uffenhoff has to settle for second, but Uffenhoff is under pressure from his teammate Panache. And ZK, you wonder if he's going to start backing him off to see, or is ZK just going to fly away with this?
And a 3-second time penalty for Mr. Frosty for multiple warnings.
Well, Mr. Frosty's now got a pen, as Frosty is wheel to wheel with Jacko Rex, and it goes around the outside. Is there contact? No. He's right on the gearbox though, and he has to lift. There's no space for two cars to go through there. He goes a little bit wide. There's going to be a track limit violation there as well. We've got to keep a track of these track limit violations, because 3 track limit violations will give you a 3-second penalty as per real life. Of course, in real life you do get 4 because the third one is a black and white flag. But it's not how we do it in F123, and it's 3 strikes and you're out, just similar to baseball, as he's struggling with enough. 8/10 back now. Also, and ZK's flying away with this at the moment as virtual safety car.
Oh, what for?
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
A spin, by the looks of it. The car went off just there by the start-finish line.
Yes. Piastri's retired from the session, which means now everyone is getting points today. As long as you can keep the car alive for 90% of this race and classify, you are getting points. And that could be crucial for your team's constructors.
If non-stop can gain that one more place, we will see a Williams out. We'll see an AlphaTauri Williams checkered pattern.
Yes. It'll be 1, 3 and 2, 4 for these drivers. And we'll see if which team will outscore each other tonight. At the moment it is AlphaTauri that leads in that race, but Williams do lead the Tier 3 constructors, so they would like to keep that alive tonight as well. DRS is now enabled, and we go back to green flag racing, and Uffenhoff is gained under the virtual safety car. Obviously ZK a bit worried about getting that drive through, but he has gained and is up. Piastri's car slowing down on the track. But ZK leads by 7/10.
Uffenhoff in that 1 second for the DRS.
Obviously DRS is now enabled as Uffenhoff has got the pace. He is going to look down the inside and has got the move done into the first corner. They're going side by side, and ZK does inch ahead, but it will be a second dose of DRS for Uffenhoff. And will he be under pressure from his teammate too, as ZK Uffenhoff finds the inside line and is going to move down the inside before the corner and gets the move done very nicely. and is back into the lead of this race. And we're on lap 20 here of the Mexico City Grand Prix, and it is a Williams that leads from two AlphaTauris, obviously now RB in real life. But it is Haas in P4, Jack of Rex in P5, and they are fighting for the remaining places of the points, as points will be going to everyone tonight as long as you finish the race. But it will be ZK that will fight back with DRS again next lap, so we'll see if ZK can retake the lead of this Mexican Grand Prix.
Oh, Easy Reaper dropping down to P13. I did not see that.
We missed that. Yes, we have. He has dropped down a few places and is now behind his teammate Duck Puncher. But ZK now DRS rear wing open. Is he close enough this time around? He doesn't look like he's close enough at all. But Hoof has got no battery. No battery for Oof. 40% for ZK, and he's going to get a double dose of this DRS, which will drag him along. But it's not close enough this time again.
Oh, Iconic Skittle and Easy Reaper looks like they're having a bit of a battle for 13th place.
Oh, this goes the car around, that's non-stop. He's spun, and he is ghosting through another Red Bull, and that's Mudpack, and non-stop's lost a couple places. Not sure what's happened there. They're fighting at the back as well, and non-stop into P11. Oh, he's going to be really under pressure here, that is up enough. Real under pressure as Duck Puncher is looking to make a move on another 3-second penalty for Skittles. Oh my goodness, he's having a shot.
Another one, his race is practically over at this point.
Yeah, 9 seconds, you can't recover from that.
With the Haas F1 team scoring good points here today with a 5-6 finish at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
And they hold that.
It'll be very important for their constructors. Hopefully they do not lose out many more places and have many mistakes, because they're sitting in a comfortable place as ZK does make a pass for the lead as well. And they are same battery.
Oh, never mind. Little Flads has taken over that P6 spot.
Goffy, I'll try. I've just sent you an invite, McLaren, if you're not in.
Three-second time penalty for the Haas of Holo.
100 Holo, yes, 3 seconds. That's going to hurt his race as well, and he's now been overtaken by the Flaps, who's come through the field. Obviously, you said before, brand new tyres for him, and he's making the most of it. 5 laps younger compared to everyone else, and has got the advantage now to climb his way through the field. Is he in DRS? No, he's not. ZK is going to run away with this.
So at the moment, it looks like that the medium tire was the better option. Oh, we got a bit of a race going between Panache and Jacko Rex.
Oh yes, they are side by side. This is a good call from you. This will be very close into the second sector. They are fighting each other really hard, and it's the sister team trying to overtake its top team. And he's going to get a dose of DRS now. Is he going to find a move here? Just settles back for 4th place and doesn't make the move just yet, but will get another handy dose of DRS onto the pit lane straight. But we should see some more moves start to come as well. Non-stop is close, but not close enough. Reaper right on the back of non-stop as well. This is a very good battle pack, as there's a few cars going side by side, and Skittles also on the back of this as well with his 9-second penalty. Send you another invite.
Oh, lime soda. And we've got a pit. We've got
Who's that?
the hash in the pit.
Just sent you another one. Ricker. Yes, Paddy's coming into the pits. New medium tyres, obviously to go to the end. Is that a right call? I don't think it is.
It's a gamble, but he's got the time penalty, so I don't really see what difference it will make.
Yeah, he's not going to catch. He's not going to pull a pit stop 20 seconds in 12 laps. He's going to have to gain a second lap, and that is just to catch up, not to even. Unless it's the only time I'd probably be boxing now is if there's a safety car.
With how this race has been going at the moment, with who is left, bit of a low chance of that, but never say never.
Non-stop making a move on Mudpack. Into turn 1 we go, and Non-stop just inches ahead and has the inside line, but he's gone brave on the brakes. Is Mudpack, and around the outside it is for the Williams and Red Bull, and they're still scrapping at it.
The Aston Martin of Mr. Frosty in the pits for that soft compound tyre.
Yes, obviously thinking those tyres are not going to get to the end as Mudpack gets past Non-stop again and does have the inside line. It is very tight here, and Reaper wanting to make the most of this one as well. And Non-stop still holds position and is dropping back to the likes of Duck Puncher, who is in the points, really in the points, P8. But Jacko Rex is in prime position, like he is on the hard tyres, and those mediums are falling off. And those hard tyres will start to become the better tyre later in the stint, and as it is starting to now. Very good Aston Martin dominance there, Mushy. P15 and 16. ZK hasn't touched his battery. They're gonna have to make it, he's gonna have to, oh. He might have to ox. Too much to lose to box. Hollow right on the back now with his new medium type, looking to get past the McLaren. As the McLaren is back in, but he's getting held up quite a lot as Paddy. Yes, there is the chance that the safety car can still come out at this point in the race. But Paddy Holo now as Ufnov pits. Wow.
Ufnov pitting?
Is this the right call? Maybe, maybe not.
No.
I don't
pitting
think
in the last 10 laps.
Softs to the end. And Non-Stops comes in as well. And he's going to put softs onto the end as well. They think that the soft is the better tyre. And those mediums might get to puncture range at the moment. And he might undercut ZK here. This is a very interesting... Ox, you better tell your brother to pit, bro. If you're saying it won't get to the end. There you go.
This went from a one-stop race to a... just a everyone's stopping when they want kind of race.
Yeah.
Mr. Frosty setting a top lap time on those soft compound tires.
You're not boxing for Enters Ox. But he's gonna... Oh, this contact and Dark and Reaper. Reaper's around. That might be a pen. Or...
That will definitely be looked at after the race.
It is for sure. That was caught on stream. And I wish I hadn't caught it on stream, but I will not be biased. And it should be a pen for Williams.
Another 3-second time penalty for that McLaren.
Oh no.
His race is over.
I'm afraid that ZK might get jumped here.
Panache up into P1 at the moment with everyone boxing.
It's going to be close.
We were talking about that gamble earlier with little Flavs waiting forever to get rid of those inters. But now that he's up into P2 on those 14 lap old hard tyres.
Jacko Rex just threw away his win. If you want a hard tyres, you probably want to say that. Yes, you are right, Matthew boy. He did have the tyre advantage, but now he's on equal tyres. He did have the tyre advantage previously. But there's 8 laps to go in this Mexico City Grand Prix. And there's a lot of time to be made up.
Could Panache follow the rest of the grid and go for a soft compound tyre? Oh, and Panache with a 3-second time penalty!
Oh, that's going to hurt his race.
At this point in time, Little Flavs has gone from back of the grid to P1.
Hurry, another one.
The absolute scenes.
Stewards are dishing out penalties left, right, and centre of these drivers. It's like Austria all over again.
It's It's Esteban Ocon, but for the entire grid. Oh, and Panache in the pits!
Panache is coming in, and he's got to serve a 5-second penalty, I think. No, maybe
Oh,
not.
and Iconic Skittle with another 3-second time penalty.
How many time penalties is that now?
That poor McLaren team. That poor McLaren team.
Wow, when just as Rico was doing so well, Jacko Rex gets the move done on up the hoof.
Could we see an Alfa Romeo 1-2? Oh, never mind. I'm sure he's got a time penalty. I did not see that.
Probably Holo's advantage is just nulled.
ZK moves up into P4.
ZK, yes, up in the V4. He will catch these guys at the front and will win the race, as it seems. But the limestone it has to do is he going to do a bit of blocking. Is he going to help his little teammate Little Flavs out? But it's now just about 6 seconds of the gap, and he's going to have to make up the second every lap. Also enough lacking a bit of pace. He needs to get the move done on the Duck Puncher here. Late on the brakes, very good move. That was a splendid move, but Duck Puncher's not going to give this one up, and gets the move done very nicely.
ZK is flying on those fresh softs.
Yes, he has gained already 2 seconds since we last checked. He's gaining a tenth every corner, it looks like, at the moment.
This race has been an absolute shake-up. Don't forget, Easy Reaper is sitting behind the 4 cars with time penalties, so he will jump at this point in time, will jump to possibly, depending on what the gap is, 8th place.
Yes, a lot of drivers ahead with time penalties, so it'll be a good point for Alpine tonight. ZK around the outside of Henchman. ZK set the fast lap now. Has burned all his battery, but Henchman won't want to give this one up, but he might have to now, as there's a Red Bull also wanting to get in on the party, and the Red Bull is now up on the P2, as ZK tries to hold it down the inside, and Jacko Rex is there, but ZK does hold ahead, but he's out of battery now. and he's going to be under pressure from the Red Bull of Jacko Rex, and Jacko is going to get the move done before the corner. There's a bit of wheel banging as well going on, and he's going to force him the long way around. He just keeps his nose in there, but ZK does make the move and has got the place up into P2, and there's 2.5 seconds to catch for P1.
Having a look, non-stop in that Williams has climbed a few places as well, now sitting in P11.
That's a good point from you. Obviously, probably going to cash in on some of those penalties in front. But remember, Uffenhoff has to get a 5-second gap at least, because he did spin Easy Reaper, and that will probably be a 5-second post-race. So gaining 5 seconds on the next car will be crucial for this race. He probably could pull 5 seconds on Henchman, considering the tyre difference in these two. Henchman and Jacko Rex ZK, this will be a fight to the end for these two. And Little Flavs will also be hoping that they fight. They've got to catch Little Flavs here. They're ready caught, and Jacko Rex sends it down the inside and is up into P2 now as he gets some more DRS, and he will get the DRS to go into the lead here. And they both get DRS, sorry. And it's Jacko Rex, Little Flavs trying to go the long way around, and AlphaTauri makes the move on the inside, and those two have got places, and they are absolutely on fire on those soft tyres, and are going to look to secure a podium as Jacko Rex leads.
At this stage in the race, who would you give your driver of the day to?
Driver of the day. If we look at the positions, but for me, it's got to be. It's a bit of a tricky one.
Duck Punch with the
Puncher.
3-second time penalty now.
I'm gonna give it to. ZK. Who would you have as your driver of the day?
I want to give it to Little Flavs, holding off on the Inters for so long, and then
yes,
now
you can.
climbing the field on those tyres.
You're right. He's gonna be under serious pressure as well.
He is sitting in between fresh soft tyres, being on his 19-lap-old hards.
Jacko Rex is really putting the pressure on ZK. ZK cannot make a mistake here if he wants to win this race. Uffenhoff making so much time as he almost goes a little bit wide. But is there a podium brewing here for Uffenhoff? Needs to get ahead a Little Flavs ASAP and pull 5 seconds.
Leading the race for so long just to be in 4th at the moment. Was that pit stop such a great idea?
I actually think it is. I think it was an idea. Look how much the hard runners are struggling. Imagine being on mediums. They'd be gone. Couldn't do so many laps. He's gonna have 3 laps here. Oh, more penalties for Skittles. That's 15
More?
seconds. It's more.
Poor Skittles, definitely was not his day in Mexico.
Little Flavs is gonna get the position. Uffenhoff does get the position there and has to pull 5 seconds. 3 laps to do it. He's got clean air now. But we are going to go back to this onboard fight for the lead. ZK and Jacko Rex. Both.
Those. Jacko Rex is pulling away slowly. Oh! I did not see ZK had the DRS open.
Only 3 laps to go in this race. Uffenhoff 3 seconds penalty now, and he's going to have to pull 8 seconds.
Oh, Uffenhoff, no!
And this will
Was
drop
holding
him.
this race so long.
This will put him into P7.
What a drop. Uffenhoff nearly winning the race now to drop down to P7.
2 laps to go in this Mexico City Grand Prix, and Jacko Rex does lead 7 tenths ahead of the championship leader. These two in the championship battle, first and second, so any points they get tonight will be crucial for their campaigns throughout the season. Obviously, we're going to have to cut some rounds out of the calendar now that the season will end before May 31st, before the new game comes out, and I'm sure everyone is excited or not excited because EA is making the game as well.
My question is why they're releasing it so early.
Yeah, Ox, we do think he will get a 5-second penalty because he spun Easy Reaper earlier.
Who we think is going to get the 5-second time penalty?
Oh,
Oh, yes, eh?
battery, they're both similar batteries, these two at the front. As we go on to the final lap of this race, and we have got 1 lap of racing to decide the Mexican City Grand Prix winner. And Jacko Rex does seem to have the battery here, and is already, but ZK has got DRS, but is not close enough into turn 1. We go.
Are we going to see a last lap overtake for the win? The
Out of
front two
battery.
have a 6-second gap. Wow.
Out of battery. Jacko Rex might have this. There's going to be only 1 more DRS straight to go. We haven't got many corners left to decide the winner of the Mexico Grand Prix, but it does look like it will be Jacko Rex.
Jacko Rex.
So he comes around the final corner now. The final bend of the race as he slides across the line and he wins the Mexican Grand Prix ahead of ZK, and running off the podium will be Little Flavs after penalties. And we'll see.
Yes, Little
post-race.
Flabs.
Oof and oof. We'll see if he loses some more places, but a good win from Jacko, and ZK gave him a run for his money, but it was just a really strong night from the Red Bull. And as we round off the race, as Panasha's P5, Henchman P6, and Limesoda P7, Dark P8, crucial points at Alpine.
Jacko Rex finished the race close to 25 seconds before Mr. Frosty.
Yeah, big gap. Oof and oof left, and surely that is... It's not going to put him P14. I'm sure admins will have a look at that.
Off and hoof! What?
No,
Could that be a rage quit?
no, it can't be. That will be P4 for Oof, unless he does get stewards, because that is frankly not right as well. There's a game glitch. So we have the
What
podium
an
here.
ending.
Jacko Rex wins over ZK, and obviously in normal Mexico City Grand Prix you do have your car on the podium as well, but it's good to win in front of the Mexican fans. A lot of passionate Mexican fans as well. We could almost call this a Checo win, but it is Jacko Rex that does win the Mexico Grand Prix. And your driver of the day is Little Flavs, I would say. You happy with that?
I am very happy with that. He raced very well on that gamble to stay on the Inters for so long, just to race it up the field. He held P1 for a little bit as well. Can't forget about that. But that soft compound tire was the better one in the end.
So I'll get the results for you, Goffy. You can have a look at the stream to see where it finished. I think it was about 6.5 seconds behind P2 and about 2.5 seconds in front of P4. So we'll see about that. We got the top three. I'm gonna try to get these top three in the party. I know that just give me a second. ZK, I know Jacko doesn't usually do podium interviews. Because that we can't. Is there any way I can get little Flavs in? Just let me have a look. If not, we're gonna try. We're gonna get Ufanov in, just to tell us his side of the story, because he did finish P4. Anyway, I can get you in, little Flavs. Just let me know.
But once again, what an end to the race.
Okay. Anyway, I don't think we can get little Flavs in, but my laptop has just died, so that's great. Yeah, so ZK, thank you for P2. Congratulations. Good race from you. Just run us through how you felt as well.
Yeah, quali was pretty good. I put a decent lap together. I probably had a bit more time in it, but Boof was rapid, so GG to him. I got a 5 place for illegal blocking, even though the car behind was on a slow lap and we were both warming up the tyres.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just fought through the pack and then boxed when it was time for dries. Track was still pretty slippery, so I was having quite a few moments, but yeah, boxed again for softs because the meds couldn't last to the end without a puncture, and Jacko did the exact same, but he was just too quick for me. It was absolutely rapid and had another few moments at oversteer and just didn't save enough battery for the final lap. But GG to him and GG to Fabs on the P3. Good race.
Yeah, obviously. Good race from you. Climbing through the field, obviously you had a 5 place grid penalty, so how'd you know when it was time to go to slicks? Obviously it was still raining when the safety car came out, so it was a big gamble.
Yeah, Mark was saying that rain's stopping any time now, so I thought I've done it quite a few times before, boxing when the track's still wet, and when Mark's saying it's time to swap over, so did the same and it worked out. There were a few Inters runners that didn't make the right call, so unlucky for them, but I luckily did, so yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff from you. Obviously, we have Monza next week, a sprint round. How are you feeling for that?
Pretty good. Monza's one of my better tracks, so I'll see how I go.
You think you'll put it on pole and win again next week? You'll
I'll
be
do the
back?
best I can. Can't promise anything.
Yeah. Obviously, good race from you as well. Congratulations on your result, and congrats to Jacko as well, and Little Flavs as well. Bit unfortunate that, but we do build as Williams, but we'll talk about it in the debrief. But yeah, congrats to you guys on the podium, and make sure you tune in for Tier 2 Wallaby around Mexico on Tuesday night, 8:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and Tier 1 with Frizy on Wednesday night at the exact same time as 8:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. But that's it for tonight's stream, and we'll see you guys another next Sunday.